with Ray. I'm Rachel, and today I am very excited to be sharing a whopping collection release. I guess it's a couple collections actually coming to you for Black Friday from Cuticula. We're gonna look at the Fall for Even More Holo collection. This is a reimagined version of the Fall for Holo collection, which released a few years ago. The original was like scattered holographic in these colored bases, but this time we've got linear holographic, and oh my gosh, they're amazing. We're also going to take a look at the Princess Chronicles collection. That one has large particle shifting shimmer, hollow flakes, and is inspired by Disney princesses. These are going to launch on the Cuticula site on November 26th at 7 p.m. Arizona time. And there's going to be a lot of great things happening on the Cuticula site when these release. 10 to 20% off site-wide, 10% off both of the new collections, a 48-hour Doorbuster for $8, a 48-hour exclusive, a free gift with purchase for orders over $75 after discounts, and 3-pack mystery overpours. So I'm going to show you live swatches of everything today, application videos, and full hand swatches in a variety of lighting. We're going to be looking at both of the new collections as well as the Doorbuster, gift with purchase, and the Black Friday exclusive. And then we'll finish up with final thoughts at the end. So buckle up. It's going to be a long one. Let's get into the swatches. All right, we're going to start off with the Fall for Even More Holo collection, beginning with Cozy in Flannel. We'll look at them in rainbow order. This first shade is a rusty red base full of silver holographic pigment. This had a beautiful formula. I feel like it teetered the line perfectly in between like the really opaque linear holographic polishes and the super squishy jelly ones. It was right in the middle, so it was fully opaque for me in 2 coats, and I do think most people would be good with this one in 2. So here's what it looks like, 2 coats with a glossy top coat in some sunlight. The holographic is so poppin' on all of these. Look at that flame. Whew. It is gorgeous. And this red base color is such an interesting and unique tone of red too. It's like got a little bit of brown to it, and it feels very earthy. And next we have Smashing Pumpkins. This one is an orange base full of silver holographic pigment. Again, we have another beautiful formula here. It's very opaque on that first coat, but I found that 2 coats perfectly concealed my nail line. It was on the squishier side as far as linear holographics go. It didn't have that flat look that 1-coater linear holos tend to have, and I really loved that squishy, juicy quality while still having a 2-coater. So this is 2 coats with a glossy top coat. This one is a lot more orange or coral leaning than the red we just looked at, and I found it to be a beautiful shade. It's not like your traditional like pumpkin orange. I would say this one leans a little bit more pinky or coral, and it was a beautiful color. And next we have Knit Happens. This one is an olive green base full of silver holographic pigment. This one built up really well in just a couple coats, very opaque on that first coat, but fully opaque in 2, and that second coat also deepened up the base color significantly. This is a gorgeous shade of olive green. I feel like a lot of olive green linear holos that I've worn and swatched before lean, there we go, a lot more yellow, and this one is a little bit more green leaning, and I really enjoyed it. I found it to be incredibly flattering against my skin tone. By the way, unless otherwise stated, the first video that I show for these full hand swatches are in sunlight outside. You probably guessed because of the grass. And then the second video that you're seeing here is inside near a window, so this is also natural lighting. Continuing on to the blue in this collection, this is Missed Opportunity. It's a turquoise base full of silver holographic pigment. This one had the same great formula that we've seen from the others. It was really opaque on that first coat, but the second coat deepened up the base color and also provided full opacity. I could see these shades if you've got really, and I'm talking like really, really long nails. If you've got super long nails, maybe wanting a third coat, but I think most everyone would be good with all of these linear holographics in just a couple coats. So this is 2 coats with a glossy top coat and some sunlight. Oh my gosh, the shade is stunning. I've never had a linear holographic this color with that beautiful bright turquoise base, and I couldn't get enough of it. I feel like all the other linear holographic blues I have been denim or cobalt, navy blue, or like a dusty mid-toned blue, but this one, oh, it was just so bright and perfect for any season in my opinion. Up next we have Sweater Together, and this one is a deep purple base full of silver holographic pigment. This one also had a beautiful formula. It was maybe on the more opaque side as far as this collection goes, but that second coat did fully conceal my nail line and maybe deepened up the base color just slightly compared to the first coat. So this is 2 coats. This one was really opaque. And the holographic against the next 2 colors, because the base colors are slightly darker, pops so beautifully. So this is 2 coats in the sunlight. Oh, I love this shade. The base is on the cooler side, and I definitely prefer my purples to be cooler toned purples, and this was just so stunning on the nails. I love the holographic against that dark base, and it was just the perfect shade of purple in my opinion. And then the final polish in this Fall for Even More Holo collection is called Punt Intended. It is described as being a brown base full of silver holographic pigment. This one had a great formula. You can see it was very opaque on that first coat and then built up to full opacity and deepened up in base color on the second coat. Sound a little bit like a broken record, but that's okay. I'm happy to say it for something so positive as these are all 2 coaters and they all have amazing opaque formulas. So here's Punt Intended in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. I was not sure how I was going to feel about this color until I got out in the sun. I just don't wear a ton of brown polish, but my word, this was one of the standouts for me in this half of the collection. The holo popped so well against that dark brown base, and it was such an interesting tone of brown. It's like very cool and a little bit like charcoal leaning. I don't know. It's gorgeous. Continuing on to the Princess Chronicles collection, each of these are inspired by different Disney princesses. This first one is called Pages and Petals, and it's a yellow, gold, pink shifting shimmer base with holographic flakes. I think this one, I'm just guessing here, got to be inspired by Belle, right? To my surprise, this one built up really well in just a couple coats. I fully expected it to be a 3-coater with it being a yellow, but I had little to no visible nail line in 2 coats. So I'd say depending on your nail length, 2 to 3 coats, 2 to 3 coats. There we go. So here's what it looks like in 2 coats with a glossy top coat and some studio lighting. The sun went down, but the show must go on. This is gorgeous. Look at that holographic sparkle. Holy cannoli. And it's very shifty. The shift from the red to copper to gold is super noticeable. And then in lower lighting here, it kind of feels like a pastel multichrome. Just an absolutely gorgeous shade. This whole collection, honestly. And next we have Kissing Frogs. This is a green to gold shifting shimmer base with silver holographic flakes. Obviously, it's inspired by Tiana. This one is like eye candy. like looking at it on the brush, it's so ethereal. But it's equally as beautiful on the nails. Again, I opted to leave it at 2 coats. But depending on your nail length, application style, you may opt for a 3rd coat. But I had full opacity in 2. So here's what it looks like in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. The shimmer is so super shifty. I love the green to blue to gold, and the hollow flakies in here are stunning. I am crossing my fingers that Amanda releases more of these inspired by other Disney characters. I guess they have to be princesses. But I want a rainbow in this finish from Cuticula. I just thought she did these so well, and the holographic is gorgeous. And I love that they look so beautiful in every lighting situation. I've been so picky about what enters my collection lately, and that is a criteria. It has to look gorgeous everywhere, and these do. And next we have Heart of the Sea. This one is a blue to orange to pink shifting shimmer base with holographic flakes. It's got to be inspired by The Little Mermaid, Ariel. This one had a beautiful formula. I felt like the shifts in the shimmer were extra apparent in this blue base for some reason. It might be the contrast, but they were so sparkly and dazzling. This one I left in 2 coats, but in hindsight, after seeing my swatch footage, my swatch photos, I do feel like this one should have built up in 3 coats. I just had a little bit of visible nail line in 2, and I think that 3rd coat would have deepened up the base color slightly. So this is 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Again, that shimmer is so prominent and noticeable. The holographic is wildly sparkly. I just couldn't take my eyes off of this. I thought it was glorious. And here is what it looks like indoors near a window, so some natural light, and yeah, it just took my breath away. In lower lighting, all 4 of these Princess Chronicles shades just feel very, very ethereal, super shifty, like almost pastel multi-chrome kind of vibes, and I'm here for it. And the final shade in this collection is called Ever After. It is a pink to orange to gold shifting shimmer base with holographic flakes, and I'm a little on the fence for which princess this one is supposed to be about. I'm thinking Aurora, but let me know what you think down in the comments. So this one had a gorgeous formula. It was so beautiful. Same as the others, I built it up in 2 coats, and this one I actually didn't feel like my nail line was super prominent. In those 2 coats, it was not noticeable. So I would leave it in 2 coats, but longer nail lengths I think will want 3 for this polish. So here's what 2 coats looks like with a glossy top coat and some sunlight. Is this not the most sweet, soft shade of pink you've ever seen? It was absolutely delightful. It was a joy to wear. So sparkly, fun, definitely gave princess vibes. I mean, y'all know I love pink, and this kind of pink isn't typically my kind of pink. I usually like my pinks a little bit more bold and saturated and in your face, but this one is undeniable. It's so cute. Next, we're going to take a look at this year's Doorbuster. This is going to be available for $8 for the first 48 hours of the sale. It's called Reach for the Sky, and it is a sky blue crelly base with pink to orange to green to gold shifting UCC flakes. Loved it the minute I laid eyes on it. Cuticula does flaky crellies so well. They are formulated to perfection. Look how even that first coat of this light blue crelly is. Truly amazing, and fully opaque in just a couple coats, and a dream to apply. Lots of flakies, lots of pond effect, and such a fun, playful combination of colors. I think it's probably inspired by Andy's walls in Toy Story, and I feel like just great depiction of that polish. So this is 2 coats with a glossy top coat. I think most people will be good with this one in 2, and yeah, nothing but positive things to say. I love the light blue base. It's bright and fun, and I love the contrasting flakes. Next up, we have the Black Friday exclusive. This is Interstellar. This is going to be available for the first 48 hours of the shop's opening, and it is a magnetic with small red to pink to orange shifting shimmer particles and blue magnetic pigment. Great formula on this, very opaque on the first coat, but I am going to show you what it looks like magnetized in 3 coats. So applying the first couple coats as normal, using a bar magnet to magnetize the 3rd coat. I would say 3 coats for this if you use a bar magnet, 2 coats if you velvetize, unless your nails are very, very long. But this is what it looks like after magnetizing for about 30 seconds. Stunning. I am such a fan of contrast, and this one had so much. The flake shifting, red to copper to gold to green. The shifting magnetic pigment like aqua to cobalt to purple to pink. There was just so much shift. Thumb is unmagnetized here. I mean, it looks cool, but this deserves to be magnetized. And usually with my flaky finish magnetics, I prefer them with a cat eye effect. This one I don't think I can choose because it actually looked really cool, both with the velvet effect and with a bar magnet. And the final shade I have to share with you today is the free gift with purchase. This is going to be available with orders over $75 after discounts. And this one is a wine jelly base with orange to gold to green UCC flakes and silver holographic flakes. Also loved it as soon as I laid eyes on it. I love a rich, dark wine color. I love Amanda's flaky finish polishes like this. They just build up so beautifully in 3 coats. They're incredibly squishy, and the addition of the hollow flakes, I'm sold. This one was gorgeous in 3 coats, lots of flakies on the nail. I don't think anyone is going to have any visible nail line with this in 3. It built up really well, and the holographic sparkles are very sparkly. So this is 3 coats with a glossy top coat and some studio lighting. Oh my gosh, be still my heart. Those fiery flakes against that delicious, yummy red jelly base. I love it. I adore it. So that is everything new coming to the Cuticula side on November 26th at 7 p.m. Arizona time. Let me know your thoughts. Did you love these? What did you love? What are you getting? I want to know down in the comments. For me, there was a lot to love. The entire Fall Even More in Love with Holos, Fall for Even More Holo collection. That entire collection got me. Oh my gosh, like in the bottle. When I saw the spoilers on the Cuticula Facebook group, I was already excited, but once I put them on my nails and realized they were 2 coaters on me, I was sold. Because they're still like so squishy, even though they're fully opaque in just a couple coats. I think the color scheme is beautiful and so wearable for fall, but I think a few of them translate well into the winter and summer seasons too. And then the Princess Chronicles. My daughter is a toddler now. Princess stuff is kind of taking over my house, and I know she would love these, but I loved them even more. So sparkly, super shifty, just lights out. Amazing. And then like the Black Friday exclusive kind of shades, also incredible. I think Amanda knocked it out of the park with this one. If I had to pick favorites, I had to pick a few from each collection. So for the Fall for Even More Holo collection, I really enjoyed Sweater Together. In the bottle, I didn't think I was going to be crazy about this one, but once I got it into some sunlight, my word. It's so punchy and vibrant and brilliant. Like that base color is so bold and I couldn't argue with it. This is a favorite for sure. And then I also loved Missed Opportunity. Oh my gosh, I love this one so much that I stopped swatching to take video and send it to my friends because I was like, this is one of the prettiest things I've put on my nails in a very long time. Just this base color is like just the most gorgeous shade of blue. It's like almost teal, but it's still blue and I love it. And then from the Princess Chronicles collection, I was equally in love with the blue, which is Heart of the Sea, and the pink Ever After. Are we surprised? We shouldn't be, because blue and pink are my favorite nail polish colors. I loved both of these. I thought the blue was for sure going to be a standout because this combination of colors just feels so rainbowy. This blue base, the red to copper to gold to green shifting shimmer, you get almost an entire rainbow with that combination, and add the scattered holo. I love it. The pink though, although I love pinks, I usually like richer, more raspberry shades of pink. These kinds of like brighter, lighter shades of pink aren't always my favorite, but this one was beautiful. Again, it was undeniable. The amount of sparkle, I felt like a princess when this was on my nails. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your favorites down in the comments. If you found this video helpful or enjoyed it, hopefully you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hype the video too. That really helps out my channel and it helps other people find Cuticula. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you next time. Bye.